Happy Wednesday, Bwalya Desmond here. Thank you for tuning in to day 3 of my series on intentional living. Today we are discussing living intentionally with your finances because guess what? Today is Wealth Wednesday. So I hope you were able to participate in Wealth Wednesday by doing something nice for a random act of kindness for a stranger, because it is our hope and belief that someday all of us will be taking part in Wealth Wednesday and we are going to change the world doing it. A lot of kindness going around for everybody. So the other day I was listening to a training by one of our inner circle coaches, and she was talking about money being energy. So I figured, you know what, why not talk about money? Because it has to be, you have to be intentional with it. So energy, money is energy. So I'm going to ask you some questions that are going to test the temperature of your money mindset, because we can attract money or we can repel it based on our beliefs and based on the things that we think towards money. So when you think about money, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel energetic? Do you get kind of standoffish, or do you think, oh, I don't want to talk about this? Because the scarcity mindset thinks, well, you know what, there's a cap. I can only make so much money. There's not enough money to go around. I have to be really careful with the way I spend money. That's scarcity mindset. The abundance mindset loves to talk about money. They are excited about it. They don't believe there's a cap. They believe you can lose money and make money, because as long as you're living, you can make money. There's always a way to make money, more money. So where are you? Where do you fall with that? Do you think that there's enough money to go around? Do you feel as though money defines you as a person? Or, what are your thoughts on that? Do you get excited? Or do you feel like, I just don't really want to talk about it? This is making me really uneasy. Because when I grew up, we didn't discuss money. I mean, I learned how to manage it early because I went to boarding school at the age of 12. But it was never a family discussion, so I really didn't have any feeling about, what I thought about it. I learned how to manage it. So ask yourself, where do your beliefs come from? Like, where do these beliefs stem from? Have you had an experience as an adult with money? Have you lost money? Or did maybe your parents lost money, and so you're afraid now? You think, I gotta hoard money. I gotta hold on to it because I don't want to lose it. How about when you go to a restaurant? This is an interesting one. When you look at a menu, do you think of ordering the cheapest thing on the menu to save money? Or do you feel like, what, I'm going all out when I go to the restaurant? I think about my kids, man, they are ordering an appetizer, they're ordering a meal or two, and they're ordering dessert because they just think they can. You know what I mean? They don't have any fear of ordering stuff. They don't worry about any of it. Well, part of it maybe is because they don't have to pay for it, but we also don't put a limit to what they can order. Just order. You're at a restaurant, just order what you want. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you should get the cheapest thing for you and let everybody else order? How do you feel about that? Is money significant to you? When you spend it, do you feel a loss of security? Do you feel a little safety gone away from you? It's kind of interesting, isn't it, to think about how we feel about money. But it's energy. What kind of energy are you putting out there? Because you want to vibrate with the energy that brings it versus repels it. So I want to give you some things that can help you, and especially during these times when we are getting close to the holidays, where you can just think about this stuff all the time. Assign yourself a spending limit. Give yourself a spending limit. So how much can you comfortably spend after you've put money into your 401k, you've saved some money, you've paid yourself first, so you've got money in your savings, you've paid your bills. That discretionary spending is, when you take the amount of money that comes in every month, and then after you've saved some money, you've paid your bills, all the things that you pay, and then you've got that money left over. Put that money somewhere. Assign it categories. Put it in categories. Like, be the boss of the money. Don't let the money boss you around. Put it in some categories, and I hope that one of those categories that you want is like a blow fund. So if you like to blow money, if you like to do some of the impulse things, know that you have a fund for it. If you decide, hey, I want to just take a weekend and I want to go somewhere, I want to do something, whatever, you've got that money right there for you. And I also want to encourage you to have a giving fund. This is the fund that, especially during the holidays, when you hear about families who need help, when you hear about families who have kids who need some help, and you're able to happily be a part of that. You want to give to that. The giving trees, you're excited about that. You're like, yes, I can't wait to see how many families we bless this year as a family. You can make it a family affair, get your kids involved, and then they can be involved in picking out the gifts, especially if they're boys for boys or girls for girls. They just love that kind of thing. So have a fund that allows you to give. Have a fund that allows you to give. And then two, make sure that you are staying on top of your budget. So at the beginning of the year, you probably had a budget, or if you don't, you should start writing out a budget so that you know if you've paid off some things that were on that budget in the beginning of the year, now they don't need to be there. Or if you've added something that needs to go on there, so you kind of know exactly where you're spending, so that if you don't like where you're at today, then you can go back and say, oh my goodness, I've been spending way too much money on this, I've been doing this or whatever. Because where you are today financially is probably because of the things that you've been doing the last 6 to 12 months. And if you are excited about what you see in your finances, you can track it back and say, hey, you know what? Even since COVID, now that we spend less money, you should have more money. You should have more money, but assign that money something. Give it a category. Put it somewhere so that you know what it's doing for you. Know what it's doing for you. Be the one who sets the temperature for your money. It's energy. Be energetic about it. Be generous with it. Look at it as a gift. It is good for you to have money. It's good for you to find joy in giving. And enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.